recording too.
Hallelujah.
There we go. All right. Hi everybody. Welcome back to part 2 of Materia D&D session 143. The Menagerie have figured out or have learned of the cruelty and machinations that wizards are capable of, as the teleportation circle that they had found in a underground in the Kneeling district of Whitlaw was not a teleportation circle at all. It was a trap set by a wizard that had a immortal, well, an ever living. Let's put it that way. I guess it would be immortal. Yeah, it's immortal, not invulnerable. An immortal guardian that was instructed to dispatch anyone that was capable of utilizing a magic circle and letting those that would have no capabilities to survive, to spread the rumor, to bring back more individuals that could use the circle so they could be dispatched of. However, Menagerie survived. Um, the group has reconvened with Dragnar, Sahid, and the two Rot Guard. Rock had sent Pebble through the crumbling bits of wall while they were resting and recuperating, he noticed that they were being watched, and Pebble has been hot on the trail of a lizard folk fleeing. Where we pick up now is the Menagerie has left the trapped room, stepped down the corridor, worked her way back up the counter helix of the switchback, and found the holes that Pebble had traveled through, as the wall had crumbled through another wall and has led back into another old underground portion of the Kneeling District. Without hesitation, Rock slid down to go after Pebble, but the whole group followed him, Sej being somewhat hesitant due to his large size, but managed to make it down there. Rock can see the little flicker of light off of Pebble from so far away across multiple blocks of this underground city. And that's where we pick up. Let me turn off the battle music. I just realized we had battle music playing the whole time. Sorry.
Prepare to die.
We were talking so much I didn't even notice it, but yeah.
It was pretty soft.
Yeah. But now I hear it, so let's... There you go. Hopefully that's not too loud. Alright, so the Menagerie and everyone is gathered down here. Y'all are stepping down, again, older portion of town, water trickling through. You see signs of erosion on the stonework. You see crumbling portions of the city and the newer city built on top, be it like however the structures are being supported. Walking through, it's dark minus for the light spell that Sej has put on his scorched dagger, his scorched hilt, excuse me, and the two hooded lanterns. No, sorry, the two bullseye lanterns that Meg and David are carrying. It's on you, Rock, or on anyone, honestly. Zahid will say, are we, where do we progress to? I assumed we came down here for a reason. You said something
Yeah,
about a
to
bird.
get my bird back and say hi to the lizard folk, and I don't know, just follow the light way over there. Kind of just toward.
I would say that was very jarring when the bird went in front of us. I'm glad it is okay.
Yeah, sorry about that. I had to act quick.
No, I am just glad it is okay. I thought perhaps we did something to hurt it or worse. So
So, can you tell where
she's
Pebble is now?
Yeah, she's that light that you can just see over there. I don't know if she's waiting or still chasing, but we should probably hurry because she was.
Oh, yeah, let's do that.
So Sej, as you see him pointing, there's a section of where your light does not spill over. There is no natural light down here, and you just see the teeniest little mote of light far away over a distance that could be 100, 200, 300 feet. But as you guys start walking and approaching, you start to see as the light kind of reveals before you. It's essentially similarly to where you first went into the underground portion, where there's a old block or so of, or multiple blocks of the city. Forgotten temples, forgotten buildings, some of which are
Ace is
crumbling
definitely
away.
looking around for any bad folks.
All right, perception check.
It's better 18.
18. There's what you pick up on down here is it doesn't seem to be any um, people watching or any bad folks. Definitely no gusts of wind. I know you guys would be on alert for that. Um, you do hear the squeaking of some mice down here. The little chirps of not chirps. I guess it would be squeaks again of like probably bats that are roosted up somewhere waiting for the nighttime to befall. You do feel you hear the drippings of water, but really, as far as seeing, there's nothing to be seen outside of the city that is down here, the forgotten portions of the city. You do walk upon where you do see something that was obviously at one point an exposed garden because you see this what would have been a rather nice tree you would imagine that reaches up almost to the ceiling above you, which is about at this point in this area at most maybe 20 feet. Um, but it's been long without sunlight, and it's dead, and you just see this trunk reaching up to branches that have no leaves, and a building next to it that seems to be kind of in disrepair and crumbled, giving you kind of a temple kind of vibe. And as you kind of step closer to the tree, you'll see a bat that's been roosting let go and kind of fly off, kind of flutter up around, and just kind of land on a building, clutching to the side of it. That's about it.
Got it.
So where are your lizard friends?
I mean, I don't friends yet, but we will be.
Oh,
I hope the town people were nice. Well, trusted you. I don't know. I lost contact with Pat. I just that's got to be her up there, and I can't imagine. I don't know if we should just yell out "Hello, friends." Has not worked out ever in the past. Really.
And it literally found us yesterday. Or, no,
well, I mean,
today. What am I
This
saying?
morning,
Earlier.
yes, this morning.
these friends are very rightfully so not trying to be found. You know?
Yeah. Well, Pebble might be able to lead us to them.
David will speak of, frankly, if they are the lizard folk down here, the not a lot of the verdant cause we station here are, well, let's put it this way: the brass above does not seem to appreciate the foreigners here. They were not an expected group visiting, and I don't understand the politics behind it, but the Minister of Justice definitely does not appreciate, or
Yeah, is Fafnir the head of the Verdant Cause in this part of Cled?
he is the commander.
Oh, okay, well, that makes me feel a little better, a little worse about the leadership of them. Okay.
Well, technically, we also report to him, but we, you know, we can see through, how do we want to put it, his prejudices.
So you disapprove of that?
Well, I think what they're saying is they just have their own minds upon them, you know? They have the
Listen,
freedom to act upon their own justice.
I will say this: there are numerous groups that come visit and stay and set up homes here. I
There's
don't
nothing wrong with
understand
that.
yes, and I don't understand the particular disdain towards the lizard folk that came.
Oh, so it's not all groups. It's pretty much just them.
There's certain groups that have low, some degree of ire from the minister or the commander. I mean, it's kind of weird. He's the minister of justice, but he's also the high commander of whatever. Doesn't matter.
Titles, who gives a shit?
Yeah, but it seems that he has a particular disliking towards the lizard folk in particular. He's not the biggest fan of, shifters. Some others come to mind, but that's beyond the point. But he seems to go out of his way to make sure that if we see the lizard folk, that we make
Use.
sure they're not up to anything.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Anywho, I mean, your bird hasn't moved in a while because that light hasn't shifted. Should we?
It's a bit weird. She's usually twitchier than that. You should check.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to bamp into her.
It's beyond the 100 feet right now. If we're gonna play with it, it's the 100 feet because it does say
Yeah.
telepathically. Yeah.
Okay. No, oh, well, we're not close enough for me to check. I don't know. Which maybe she's waiting for us. She's smart.
Dragnobi. All right. Is there a reason for us to be subtle, or are we just marching up and
Let's
saying
just
hello?
go.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I mean, they know we're here. They saw us.
Right.
So,
Very well.
and now there could be other things down here, but I don't think the lizard folk we should be afraid of.
Very well. You'll see Maggie with the lantern kind of looking at the sides of the building, trying to, and she'll say, I don't. Ah, there's a marking. Do we want to follow? Looks like they have the same system down here.
I
She
mean,
walks
let's
Might
over.
as well. Might mean the easiest path, or who knows? There could be traps.
I would
Yeah.
expect that, or I wouldn't expect, but let's just assume there was going to be some traps here now that we know that that's how whoever set up some of these things operates.
Okay.
That felt like it was special, though. We should remain vigilant, but that was intricately. I
Yep.
don't know.
Ragnar grunts. Vigilant. Got it. Starts stomping forward, looking for marks.
Davis rolls his eyes.
There's one. And you just see him turn. There's one. Just kind of shifts his path.
Wait, traps or lizard folks? Traps, okay.
No, not traps. Markings of the path how to walk.
Ah, okay, okay.
No, there's the trap. There's.
I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Okay. So he just shrugs, follows him. He's like, your friend may be a little gruff, but
Little?
fair. He seems to know what he's doing, though. So,
Just don't tell him that.
as you guys kind of move
Well,
through this,
you know what? Never mind. He was very recently very nice to me. I shouldn't. If you want to say nice things to him, you should say nice things to him. He is a very valuable companion.
right?
You hear that, Durnar? I said you're valuable.
It's like you don't
And he
have
said
to.
the F word. I heard it.
Did you say very fallible?
Valuable.
Oh.
He's like, thanks for stating the obvious. Just keeps walking,
Yeah, there we go.
and you'll
At
see.
what cost, right? Like value at what cost, though.
So as you guys kind of follow him, he's able to navigate the path really easily. I rolled a survival check for him, and
Okay.
yeah, I forgot to ask. I just kind of did. Because I have dice because my cats are not on the table, so I just wanted to use them. It's like, I can I can roll dice.
No podium?
Well, if you hit it around the desk a little bit, they might roll it.
Yeah, they'll come flying.
Oh, that's why I did like one of those little mini rolls where you just kind of tilt the dice and you don't throw it. You
Yeah.
It's just like, so yeah, 24 total for the survival. So he's able to ding, 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 ding. Rock, you guys approach for about a minute or two, navigating very quickly. The light's getting, visibly larger as you're getting close.
Are we within 100 feet?
Do you try to bamf your eyes in?
I do, yep.
Okay, so Rock, you kind of stay still, bamf your eyes in. And you see Pebble just perched on the side, just looking around. And you hear a voice talking softly to Pebble in a language that you do not. Well, actually.
Stay with Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know many of them.
You do know a lot of them. Macecan, Elven, Goblin, Primordial, Dracon. Oh, okay, yeah, you would. Uh, Sirik, Sirikuri, Sirik Barnik. Good bird, pretty bird. Where's your friend, bird? Should I call you bird? Yeah. Speaking in a form of Draconic.
Yeah, form of Draconic. Okay. Yeah, okay. We hear the voice. Can people see where the voice comes?
The Pebble
Speaker?
hears the voice. Yeah, you'll
Yeah.
see like when like Pebble's looking around, kind of just enjoying it, and then as you keep your gaze in there, in Pebble's eyes, you see um a figure that's sitting up against the wall, in tattered fabrics of that are dirty, but of various different kind of colors. Um, and they have a hood over their head that has different adornments, like little beads affixed on the frill of the hood, looking to be like wooden beads, maybe pieces of bone or some like little fragments of bone. And you see that their snout is protruding beyond the hood, but their face is covered by the shadows cast upon the hood, and they have a cane or a staff, as they're like kind of sitting with their, let's call it, like back up against the wall. They have their staff kind of across their legs, and they're just kind of resting their arms on their staff like this, kind of holding it, and they're just
I'm
talking
gonna
to you, bird.
call out in Draconic. They're using commentators to make sure they can hear me. Her name's Pebble, and I'm over here. Just be there in a second. I come in peace.
Are you still through Pebble's eyes?
Yeah, I'm looking through
Yes.
Pebble's eyes, but yelling
Yes.
out of his rock.
You'll see the individual just say, Sirik S. Pebble. Come in, Pebble. And they kind of lift their head. You see like a lizard folk kind of grinning. It's still sitting there.
Okay, I'll just yell up. I'm bringing some friends. Is that okay?
Pebble flies over to you. Gets to you fairly quickly because, 10 seconds later she's like, here.
Okay, yeah, well,
Rudimentary draconic because I've been taking lessons from Rock. With thaumaturgy, I'll just say friends.
Okay. And when you say friends, a bat and lands on you.
Oh God, a bat!
Oh, it's
Rabies!
adorable. Guys, don't you think so?
is it?
I-
Being that I have a familiar and I'm a wizardy, can I tell if that is a familiar or just
I'll give it to you. Yeah, it's his familiar.
okay?
He's been watching you the whole time.
Okay.
We're,
Hey.
well, since all this is happening, just so Sej and Rock have just been calling out interconning
Yes.
without telling us what the hell they're doing.
Yes.
So over the bond, I'm just gonna to everybody. I'm just gonna be like, what is going on? Like, who are you talking to, and what do I need to be? What's going? Just like hurried, unconfused speech.
That's fair. That's very fair.
I'll
The
pass
lizard-
over, but I'm like, you know how we're looking for lizards and wizards. I think we
Which one did you find?
Well,
Which one?
I think thinking
The,
that we found them is we definitely found them. Were they
yeah,
found
they're
out?
waiting. He's waiting. I don't. The lizard friend is waiting. This is their pebble. Point Matt.
And they
So
don't seem malicious.
I mean, we are in their area, so keep your eyes sharp. But let's be polite, everybody.
So
Keep your
as
coin purses tight, but they don't seem malicious.
keep your toy purses tight.
I really do. I have my webcam right.
Well, and all of that was through the bond because I don't want the lizard person hearing.
Yeah,
You know,
understood.
like, hey, let's keep our eyes open.
So as you point out the little squeaking bat that is on Sej's robes, and it's climbing. It's not hanging upside down. It's like they can climb, just kind of moving around, looking around at you guys. It's got a little bit of like elongated snout. If you want to, for the sake of it, you can look up a fox-nosed bat. It's a pretty good example of it. It's cute. It's not like a vampire bat with like a pushed-up nose or anything. It just looks like a long
Did you say a
snouted
box? What was that?
fox-nosed bat. But it is smaller than because some fox-nosed bats can be kind of big. It's on the smaller variety. It's about the same size, maybe a little bit bigger than Pebble.
Can I keep it? It's so cute.
It's just hanging on to Sej right now. As Pebble tweets at it and it tweets back, and you guys, I guess Dragnar will say, we going forward, or do we have friends? What's happening?
Yeah, let's keep going, guys. Sedge, come walk in front with me. You can for sure both communicate with it.
Yeah.
And then the
As
rest
long
of
as
you
I can
just
bring my new friend with me.
yeah, and yeah, we're good. We're fine here.
Yeah,
They're waiting for us.
the gift that Sej posted is pretty much spot on. That's like perfect how it looks. Like on his shoulder, his ears are twitching just a little bit. The guy's looking at all of you. So as you guys move forward, going through the easily navigatable path, the individual remains seated with its arms again holding its staff as it rests across both of its knees. Its tail long, wrapped up around it, and his bat flutters off and lands on his shoulder, kind of nuzzling up underneath like a fold and a scruff under the hood. It turns its head, looks at you. Kuman Melky. He says, for those of you, so he says, my name is Melky.
And you're gonna go apply with hi. This is Sej, and then I introduce everyone else. I think only me and Sej can understand you.
Common it is then. Hello.
Hello.
Pleasure to meet you. My name's Sej. Oh yeah, he already said that. Oh, sorry.
Pleasure. Might I ask why you are so insistent on finding my people?
No, we actually didn't come down here to find your people, but I mean, I absolutely love to meet. I met some of them up in the city in an unfortunate circumstance, and the guards were real rude to them. I didn't like that, so I tried to make friends with them. I don't know who you know or if you know that, but I'm friends with some of them. No, that's not why we're down here though. We're looking for some things, but then I saw you ran off and I just thought, hey, down here, maybe you could help us, or at least make acquaintance.
Well, unfortunately, well, how do I say this? This place, Whitlaw, has its friendly people. Also has those guards that are to be avoided. I believe, actually, I know of you. Milan and Sitka told me of a shelled person that helped. I believe you tossed their goods back to them or something, if I recall.
Yeah, the guards took money from them, or did they? No, they left some behind. Guards were hassling them. I saw they left, and I mean, I wanted to make sure they got their money. They didn't.
Well,
Weren't very wrong. Guards in this place are jerks.
well, he looks beyond you. It appears not all of them. But, well, so why do you seek again? I ask again, why do you seek? If not my people, then what do you seek down here?
I'd like to meet your people, and maybe we can help you guys do better around here because it's like there's a real bias against your people, which is just so wrong.
Over
And
the bond, over the bond, Davis is like, Rock, just tell them.
all right, but I mean, okay, so the room that you saw us in, that was trapped and had a big circle on the ground, a magical circle. We're looking for one that is real, not the one we found was fake and trapped and unfortunate. But yeah, we're trying to find that, a real one. Do you know of any other rooms same as that or similar? I mean, you have a familiar, so clearly you're familiar with some of the magical arts. So yeah, you know a teleportation circle, I'm sure.
Mm, you give me a little bit too much credit. Um, I am aware of the concepts. I can assure you, my people do not know how to use such a thing. At least my immediate group here. Uh, I believe I know what you are looking for.
Would you be comfortable taking us there? Save us a lot of time. If there's some way we can assist you as well, I'm sure we'd be happy to oblige. Or if in the future you need assistance, we're the Crass Menagerie, us probably, or whatever. We're around the area often.
Well, then if we are to say titles, I am Malky of the Court of Stars. You have stumbled upon our gazing room at one point.
Yeah, it was beautiful. I remember.
It is nice to have a quiet piece of nature that we can look at upon the stars at night.
The scars in the sky.
Yes.
Our friend back here, he doesn't speak the language, but friend Davis back there really seems to have some connection with the stars.
Well, they are, if you believe some of the old tell stories, a way that the powers beyond our grasp were able to instruct us on how to live, tell us stories. But very well. As I have judged you or deemed you not a threat, and as Milan and Sitka have mentioned of, well, some of your deeds, come. You may walk with me, and I shall. Well, let us get out of this corridor into our little slice of home, shall we? And they stand, getting up, and you'll see them that they look over your shoulder, and he'll say, in common, Milan, you can come down. And the little lizard folk will slide down off one of the buildings. And just,
You say Milan? Like that's one of the ones I met before?
yeah, it kind of walks up to you, waves, in common. Hello,
Oh,
you're
hello
nice.
again.
Thank you.
You're nice. Yes, thank you.
Hmm.
Look, guys, it's our friends from before.
Um,
Oh, hello.
May I
Hello.
ask, because I'm curious, why were you marching with that asshole?
he's the one who let us in. We don't like him either.
It was kind of a necessary way into the city.
Right.
I'm
You are not of his kin. Understood.
absolutely not.
So please understand that I had to
Well, he's
make
a real
sure.
piece of shit.
Okay. Well, um, can I get anyone that's proficient in insight? Can I get an insight check?
Think I am.
I am rolling like garbage.
Oh, my inside.
I am. Okay.
14's your number, right? So, Karos, this week? Or this?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
15.
15, 17, 17. Okay, Al and Karos, um, you'll notice that, like, you'll pick up that, like, Maggie and Davis have kind of whispered to themselves a couple times, um, through the introductions. Right. Uh, Malky will, if you will, follow me. And then he'll start with his cane, kind of walking
So
forward.
we go into the. Did you ask him about the circle? Like, are we going? Is that where we're going?
Yeah, yeah, we'll get there. I did. Yes.
Nice.
Okay.
Uh, so, as he starts walking, Milan will also kind of slip in and walk in front. The bat continues to just kind of clutch. It flies back off of Milky's shoulder and back onto Sej. Hold on.
This little one. What's the name?
Ah, Sinli.
Oh, well met, Cindy.
Sinli.
Oh, my bad. I'm going to get it wrong again.
It's okay.
I hold out some stuff that I always feed to the bat. I don't know, Betsy.
It
Want some
it flies over. What do you typically give Pebble?
probably just like
Dried fruit or something, or
well,
nuts? Or,
yeah, kind of, or bits of our rations or whatever.
yeah. If you have any like dried fruit bits, it will go for it, like happily.
I'm sure we're in a town where we've been fed whatever. Yeah, I'm sure we
Yeah,
were.
yeah. So yeah, it'll jump over, graze a little bit, and then just kind of as you guys are following him, he walks you up to a dead end wall, and you kind of see it, and he just kind of puts his staff on one edge of the wall and draws it across, and the wall crumbles, and it's again one of those thin little fake dusty walls. As you step through, he turns around and moves his hand, and it reconstructs behind him. The whole group of you walking forward, accompanied with Milan, Sinli, and Maliki leading the way, as his staff is illuminated and you see his version of the light spell creates dozens and dozens of little fireflies that just kind of fly around his staff, getting off
Like
light.
little fireworks.
Mm. And as you approach, you get to you'll start walking through, and you'll notice that the stonework begins to change, and it becomes that marble texture again, much more cleanly cut. And as you walk a bit more forward, um, it will essentially, in a different type of structure than before, it will open up to a larger expanse and uh, with like a solid roof, solid side, the solid sides, the walls. You see some support pillars in here, and uh, before you is a large space where you see dozens of tents, workstations, different individuals. They all kind of turn, see you, but see well, they see Malky first, and then see a large group following him. And they kind of crane their necks, kind of interested in what's going on. They don't seem to be running in fear or anything. As Davis waves, some of them wave back. So, uh, welcome to uh, where the
Jurassic
majority of
Park.
yeah, right, where the majority of my people call home.
I had such a big feeling that such a city could not just be buried and uninhabited, right?
Mm. Truthfully, most of the corridors are not safe to live. We have a few forward scouting camps in case someone was to get too close or to figure out maybe some of the paths that we use. But we rather hide than, well, incite violence.
Understandably. I'm sorry your people must go through something so oppressive up there. It's
We are we are in no unique situation. Everywhere you go, someone is lording over someone else.
we happen to like taking steps to eliminate that in more places than one.
No? Admirable. Kind of shows why Sydney likes you folk.
Sometimes they have like a sense about those things, you know?
Indeed.
And I look at the familiar. I don't even know if Sej thinks it's a familiar yet.
Oh, understood. Yeah, yeah. Has a big like sticky glob of like some of like maybe the honey that was used to kind of sweeten the ration. It's kind of stuck to its lip. It's looking at it constantly. It's a very happy bat. You know, so let us discuss. You wish to find this? What is the circle? Yes.
Yeah, yeah, that's why we came down here.
Oh. What if I were to tell you you found it previously, but you were not? You did not know what you were looking for.
Immediately
That
my
would
just
sound
down.
that sounds exactly like us, actually.
That sounds probable for our experiences, yeah.
Hmm.
I would say, uh, as Milan told me, you went into the death room, as it seems like you have. Yeah, he overheard you calling it, or what's? Oh no, no, he wouldn't have overcalled you hurling. They wouldn't call it the death room. Excuse me, I got the thing out of order. You went into
Trapped.
What is it? They had a name for it. Where was it? Oh, you went beyond the heavy doors into the broken
Yes,
room. Yes.
we did.
That indeed is a very cruel trap.
Yep.
Yeah,
Uh,
we discovered that.
and he kind of lifts his robe and kind of shows you that he got struck through.
Wait, did you go in by yourself?
I was one that was able to um, figure out. Well, how do I put it? Yes, we stumbled upon it, and my companions with me were left alone. It struck me down.
But here you are.
Well, it didn't finish the job, whatever it was.
So did you flee?
I don't know. I woke up some days later,
Oh,
them tending to my wounds.
okay.
I understand that we must have fled. But any, it does seem that we were hopeful. We thought that perhaps that would be a good place to stay, as the structure and the stonework that was used seemed much more favorable, and we would not have to be concerned about collapses, and its location seems to be forgotten. Mm. Uh, and from what we've managed to vaguely map out of this underground portion, and when he says map out, because he's speaking in common to you guys, Meg will map out. Maggie, sorry, will map. Can can did you
Yeah, that'd be great.
can you share a map?
We don't need to keep it. We can make a copy of it.
Um, I couldn't see to showing you a map, though it's if you would allow it to be altered so that give us time. We
Yeah,
have
your
some
secrets.
secrets.
Keep your secrets. We don't need your secrets. We just want to know where all the other stuff is. As
It's
long as anything that we need to be aware of for danger reasons, though, let us know, even if you don't put it on the map.
I believe you had encountered perhaps the most dangerous thing that we are aware of.
Nice. Nailed it.
But yes, to tell you the truth, as I stated, you had already been to the location that you seek, but it was not that dangerous room.
Oh,
The very court of stars that we enjoy.
it's there.
It is
I
there.
had a feeling about that place.
Oh,
It seemed important. Well, just peaceful. I don't know. It just
it was a
for
nice
an
sort of
underground place, it just felt like a nice place to be.
right.
It is why we consider it special. Um,
So
it
did you
is.
guys paint that?
Oh, yes. Where we are originally from, uh, the night sky is bright, has a warmth to it, as all the stars tell us stories for those of us who are patient enough to watch and read what they say. Uh,
Hey, have you ever heard of someone refer to themselves as a star speaker?
hmm.
Since you seem to be into this.
I perhaps something similar to a star speaker. It would translate over. Yes.
Yeah, this was I don't know. I don't know how familiar you are with different parts of the world, but do you know the Deep Root Marsh?
Uh, no, I'm sorry.
Okay. So there was a group of trolls there that we worked with. Again, once again, they were being taken advantage of, and we helped them, break their bonds and whatnot. And so one of them called himself Star Speaker, essentially. And so
Well,
yeah, I just thought that would.
it is said that it is old practices to gaze upon the stars.
Well, yeah, these guys are hundreds of years old.
Well, we're talking much older potentially, but
Ah,
it would not surprise me if the beliefs and the practices were not shared across many, many different groups. But yes, yes. To answer you short, yes, we painted the trees to resemble the night sky. Yes, we marked certain passageways, and even in here, he looks up. You'll see that they kind of in certain places along there they've kind of put the black, blue, purple paint with the sparkling of the stars. It it brings us some peace.
Understandably. And it's beautiful. I'm somewhat of a painter myself, and I can appreciate.
Hmm. Well, if you ever want to talk paints, we'll be interested.
Something, we should definitely be on our way. But, up on the, top side in Whitlaw, is there any fellow or some confidants that we could, assist up there to, I don't know, eventually just to have contact with somebody who's in good graces with you guys. I don't want to support anything that keeps you underfoot.
Well,
That's if you're okay with sharing. Don't
no,
put
you
yourselves out.
you have been kind to some of my people.
We could definitely just use some good people within Whitlaw. We have a couple that we trust, but Whitlaw is vast. There's a lot of there's a lot
Well,
of awful in
mm,
Whitlaw.
there's also a lot of hidden places. I say this: any lizard folk that you run into will be aware of the Court of Stars. I
Could we invoke the name of Court of Stars?
cautiously,
Understood.
I would, and he looks over towards Maggie and Davis. I would imagine that it is not the first time you have heard of such a name. I said Davis, David, sorry. I know, it's my fault for giving him the name. It's my bad.
oh yeah.
I know. And they kind of look at him and say, yes, sir. Maggie, well, it's, we've heard it rumored, um, that it was a, forgive us, but the commanding officers say that the Court of Stars is a terrorist group that they're trying to track down. Hohen just, not Hohen, Malky just kind of smiles. Yes.
Seem quite
Labels,
terrifying if I
false
were.
labels.
Yeah. So you strike me as the most terrifying of individuals, right?
Clearly.
And I wink at them.
Mm. Must have something to do with the, and he just smiles, the teeth. I don't know. But, no, I, I assure you, it is just what is the common word? Propaganda? To radicalize and weaponize his disdain for us? I don't know.
Yeah, it's a fairly it's fairly easy in some populations to incite them against a whole group of things or individuals.
But I assure you,
Sad.
um, I wish I could say that yes, there would be a network of individuals that you can reach out to. But frankly, you are perhaps the first individual since us settling here that we have shown the Court of Stars.
But to be fair, we found it on our own. You didn't really show it to us.
I would emphasize that we are known as the Court of Stars.
Ah,
Each
And
of
it's
us
well
is,
met.
well, you must understand, each of us bears the name of a star. We are responsible for every star in the night sky.
pretty cool.
So,
Actually, with that in mind, so their names, would I have recognized any of those as star names?
uh,
Are they in some of the like?
no, because they're not the yeah, they're not your common
Got it.
star names. So, I will say this. The actual, it is interesting. The Court of Stars, while yes, it is a place, but it is also a people. The the garden that you went to, that is your circle. That is your way out, if it is what you seek.
Well, I think it'll be more of a way back.
Interesting. Well, I will ensure that my people know that should there be activity there, to not, well, to be cautious. But as we
Yeah.
have never seen it activate, but it will be good to know that friends could potentially come through. So I
Thank
must,
you.
I must. Oh, pleasure. You have been but kind to some of my own, and as I said, Sidney seems to like you, and
I like them very much.
mm,
If you see us pop in randomly, we are of somewhat magical means. That's why we needed the magical circle in the first place. And we're about to set out on westward on something. Something important is coming up. But we needed a fast way back. So if you see us pop in, um, I guess hopefully we don't surprise you too much.
well, there is no means for us to stop you. So if you are truly as capable as of a group as you seem to be, it is it is yours for the use. I simply ask that you keep this location as close to your chest as you can.
As he says that, I'm gonna watch Maggie and David and see if they're like nodding vigorously or they're like kind of half sheepishly doing it or something like that. Just kind of trying to insight, see how they feel about keeping it
Okay,
secret.
go ahead and give me an insight check.
Oh my god, that's terrible. 9.
They're just kind of nodding because he part of the
From
time when he's part of the like he just kind of part of the time when he's talking, he's looking at those two directly. He doesn't seem to have a problem with Zahid. He just kind of looks over, and Zahid will say, "Don't worry. You have for what it is worth, you have the word of Ofuma, the headmaster of, well, not the headmaster. What did I? What was his title? Oh, Lord.
I don't have my notes here, so I can't help that.
Yeah. I just have him as the leader. Oh, wow. I actually probably never gave him a. Okay. The leader of the Unveilers. That, nothing will be shared of this except amongst my superior, who is an honorable and trusting man.
You sure you even have to tell him?
It is easier to speak the truth because
Yeah,
I
I'm
would
sure he
not like
has.
to. I would not like to waste energy trying to remember a lie.
As long as the chain of command, the reporting, all that stuff, it's just between you all, and that's it. No, no outside party.
I mean, I am loyal to Ufuma. Maggie and David are loyal to Ufuma first and foremost. So, and after all, he is the one that
One doesn't even need to know. Like none of even like just doesn't really need to know.
understood.
Okay.
So,
I mean, maybe they'll eventually. Maybe eventually they find out, and maybe that's fine. But for now, we, in the best interest of our fine friends here, we need to make sure that they test title it on that as you can.
well, if I may be so bold, Malki, your connection to this night sky and the stars and its old practices, I am sure that the Afuma and the Unveilers, should you wish to share, would be fascinated in documenting its secrets and whatever you wish to teach. But, so, Azahid will turn to you. I guess we get you to your prize,
Yeah.
and then what?
We're away if we're ever down here again, and just wanted to come visit you guys. It have to get lost in the dark. It's confusing down here. A signal or a better way to reach out to you guys?
All it says will be like, can't you just reach out to them from wherever?
Reach
Most
out.
is.
Yeah, I could easily, as
Yeah.
long as I know them, right?
Yeah.
And I know you.
It,
I could communicate with them anytime.
well, very well. Um,
So don't be
If
surprised if
anything
you hear a
important
voice
comes up,
again.
I will certainly reach out. It shouldn't take too much effort. So, if you if you hear my voice, just know it's me.
very well. Um, I will. I perhaps have a means to at least get some trust. Um, he will call over, and a group will, two lizard folk will come over, uh, and kind of speaks to them. And they nod, and they kind of go over to a workbench and like a tent in a workbench area, and Melky will ask if you have, but let's say the better portion of an hour to wait. I believe we will have something that to give you that at least you could present to ensure any of my kin that do not recognize you that you have spoken to, well, the Court of Stars.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, you've saved us who knows how much time. We can absolutely wait.
Very well. Please make yourselves comfortable. Uh, we do have some
Maybe we can
food.
make ourselves of help while we're waiting.
It is, I mean, here it is mostly the living spaces. So uh, sleeping quarters, communal food. Uh, most of the younger and uh, the the more adventurous are out amongst different, well, how do I put it, scouting posts, and some are within the city trying to, well, get supplies, get coin for trade. But here, if you wish to be of help, ask around. You are guests. You are not. We will not
Does
monitor you
everyone
every step.
speak common as well as you, or
It is a very easy language to pick up. Most of us are.
Oh snap!
it's dummy language?
You toplanders and your easy languages.
Oh, I kind of wish Kara said "oh snap" so he could respond to that. It's like, well, I meant no offense.
No,
No.
no, no.
Uh,
That's more me.
yeah, I know, I know,
Yeah,
I
that's
know, I know.
Call
definitely.
that. It's
I
like,
know
oh,
it's
oh,
you.
look at me. I know 3 languages. Oh, so
No.
Plebeians and your 52 characters, and you're like, try
well,
4,000.
once I learned Sanskrit, it was
Yeah.
just easy to pick up
Yeah.
your stuff.
No, What? You are no. You are guests. Do as you wish.
We
Uh,
thank you for your hospitality.
Yes, thank
of course. And hospitality is something welcome. So, hour, not the full hour will pass, but the how many are down here? I'm losing count. Sorry. We have Zahid, so it's
I
three, so 9 of you, right?
There's 6 in the party and then
Yeah,
3 of them.
yeah, so 9. Um, the Yeah, that's why I said about half. Okay, cool, because cool. Yay! I did math right in my head. It's 5 minutes each. Um, they, as you guys are kind of just taking your time, getting a little bit comfortable, discussing, meeting some of the lizard folk, helping with whatever they might need. Um, Malky will call you guys over, and they will present to you a simple corded string, and at the end of it is almost like a dream catcher. Little circular piece that has cords woven through it to kind of make it look like a dream catcher effect. And um, it is of a similar color to the paints that they use for the night sky. So it's of that color, and it's got the sprinkles of the white's paint. Um, Look at this as a token of familiarity, a symbol of friendship. Show this to any one of my kin, and they will know that you have spoken to me.
I'm to assume that we should keep it from everyone else.
That is correct. So you guys can add a token to the token of the cord of stars, and to your character sheets, just make a custom item. You're good.
Who was it handed to?
Hmm?
Who was it handed to?
All of you. You each got one.
Oh, we each get one. Oh, okay.
No. You each get a token to the cord of stars, including Zahid, Maggie, and David. And you can make a note like, whatever you want to do. It grants you passage with, or it makes you friendly with this reputation, with this faction. No, I don't know.
Nice.
Yeah. Very well.
What,
Uh,
remind me, what's this town's name again?
this one is
Town.
Whitlaw.
Whitlaw?
Whitlaw, thank you.
Yeah, the massive metropolis. Yeah, Whitlaw. And y'all are in the Kneeling District in the
We're in
Old City.
Whitlaw.
Yeah, you're in sub Whitlaw, essentially.
The basement level of Whitlaw.
Yes. You said you were to journey. I wish you safest travels. Um, I think it would give Milan and Sitka some joy to escort you to the court itself. So,
That would be most wonderful.
very well. And I get the sense that Sinley will. And he looks at Sinley and he says, in Draconic, you may go. And Sinley just clutches onto Sej again. Eat. Ready to go.
Do they like light, or should I like
Oh,
not be
should,
so bright?
she does not mind. It is.
Wonderful.
It is the. It is the form that the spirit wishes to take.
Oh, spirit. Oh,
Oh yes, she is as your friend's Pebble. That's why I recognized. And I told Milan not to worry.
well, that makes just too much sense.
They are good companions. So, though I will say it is funny because Cindy loves to eat the sweet food. But
They
Your temple
technically,
seems to
they
enjoy
technically
eating.
don't need to eat it, do they? But they enjoy it.
they enjoy it.
Beautiful.
Was
What
that
were
right?
you saying, Rock?
I was just saying Pebble's the same. Doesn't to enjoy it or tolerates me feeding her. I don't know. She's a good bird.
She is a very good bird, and I can see a very strong companion. And take good care of her.
We're trying to.
Yeah. For what it is worth, Crass Menagerie, look to the stars at night and know that we have you in our thoughts. Good luck on your journeys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And with that, Milan will say, come on, let's go. And then Sitka will say, this is this is exciting. Hey, little one.
I'm excited too.
What are you doing?
Oh yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So, unless if there's any interactions you wish to have, they will guide you, you know, quickly, but not like running through. But they will guide you quickly enough back to the back through this immediate portion of town, back to past the death room, up the up the way, and it will to the T junction, and then walk a little bit further down the corridor, and it will spit you back. Well, there's the 10-foot drop down, but you guys will help each other up, and you will make your way back to the. For the sake of it, we'll just call it the Garden of Stars, to make it a little less confusing.
Once we get there, I'll be like, so where's the thing we're looking for? I mean, it's a pretty big place. And I think it's only a couple, like, I don't know, 10, 15, something feet. I don't know, Val, you know more about it than I do. How big is it?
I think it's a 10 radius, which is very sizable. And
This place is much bigger.
I was like kicking up dust, dirt everywhere, see like where the hell could it be?
Yeah, I'll look at Milana and Sitka and be like, so do you know what we're looking for? Something, I think should be on the ground, right?
It is, though,
Where?
if you look, so they'll kind of point out the picture and draw it to you. So the trees and the bushes and the shrubs are all on they like from the outside going in, and there is a bit of a gap in the middle, though easily kind of obfuscated due to the fact that it is so overgrown here. And uh, Sitka and Milan will kind of run to the center and just kind of start kind of peeling back some of the grasses and stuff that have kind of naturally grown. And sorry, Ziggy's being bad. Give me 1 second. Stop going after the chair, Ziggy. Yes, bite me instead. Ow. Okay. Um, and they start kind of pulling away. Okay, sorry guys, I need a break. 1 second. Because he's damaging the chair. It's annoying.
We're under attack.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. He's on. All right, back. It's like he's been good the entire time, and it's like almost towards the end. He's like, kill the chair. Um, they start pulling back, and the when they pull back the vegetation, you'll see that there are just a network of surface roots kind of covering and growing over it. But you can see, Al, especially because you're looking for it, you do start to see the intricacies of the circle. And the garden grew on top of the circle, blocking it.
Ah. Um, Once I notice kind of the shape it's supposed to take, I'll start helping with the overgrowth.
As you do kind of start pulling away, you realize that, uh, yeah, the circle becomes exposed. You are able to see the symbology, see the essentially the address of the circle, the unique marker, and says you will remember the marker for the next month because of your keen mind.
Yeah.
Al and whoever else, if you need to denote it, you'll be able to. I mean, you need to make note of it so that you can either keep like a ledger or a log. But you do have the, we'll call it the address for now, right? You have the address to
Mhm.
the Court of Stars teleportation circle in Whitlaw.
I think it was Davis or Rock I borrowed a sheet of paper from last time, but
But that thing is
yeah.
soaked. It rained, remember?
Oh yeah, very fun.
You can press it to change. Well, I don't even know if you picked it back up. I don't even remember. So,
Not that okay. I'd ask the same person for another sheet of paper.
Yeah, I lent you a piece of parchment. I'll give you another.
okay.
Okay, thank you. And I'll um yeah, I'll copy that symbol twice just to get the practice in at least, and then
Okay.
yeah, spend time studying it.
Okay. Al, since you're the guy with the teleportation stuff, if you want to come up with a symbol, let me know. Okay.
Ooh, all right. I'll draw. Mm, yeah, I'm just thinking. Yeah, just crazy sigil shit.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
I'll draw something between sessions.
Yeah. No pressure. No
I like the
rush.
idea.
Very cool. Um. So yeah. What are you doing with the circle before? May I ask? Because are you able, or what's the plan?
Um, Al's getting as much information as he can, and
Uh
he's stalling for time as much as he can.
huh. Uh
Um, before eventually he would break the news to the party, like, "Hey, remember when that thing stabbed me? Um, it it burned some of my magical energy, and I don't think I have it in me to do the spell today.
Okay.
Uh,
Milan,
In here?
Sitka, and Milan will say, you staying with us?
might be faster than and to and from.
We have visitors. We have guests. We have visitors. They're just excited.
Everybody else is cool with it. I think it's a good idea.
I I
You say so.
Zahid and say, I mean, looks like you found what you were looking for. Uh, we can spend the evening with you, or we can return and report with some leniency on the details to Ufuma.
Yeah.
Please omit some of the details. You know,
Discretion.
the
Understood.
scale variety of details.
We can. Uh, he'll look at Karos and say, looks like you found a good group, a solid. You should have pride in them.
They're something different than I've been with for quite some time, but well, none of us have died yet. He kind of like he doesn't smile right away, but
Mhm.
then he smiles. It's like I can't tell if they're meant to be in the right place at the right time, or if just the biggest group of the most unluckiest people I've ever met.
Reminds me of some of my companions. Good people. And, well, I consider you, though our interaction was brief previously, a good companion. So, be safe, and if you do ever make it home, enjoy it for the both of us.
We shall see what the future holds.
Very well. He kind of looks up
I'll,
at
I'll,
the. Oh, go ahead.
I'll do the like the super atypical fantasy like grip
Clutch.
the
Yeah. But-
clutch the wrist
Yeah,
to
yeah,
the forearm
yeah.
and pat him on the shoulder and
Yeah.
send him on his way.
Very well. As you go to pat him in on to your shoulder, uh, he'll kind of lean in and say, "I haven't found anything else like the one time before," and walks off. And I'll tell you what that means in case you forgot.
No,
Privately.
I think I think I
Yeah.
know what he's saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can confirm later. But
Yeah.
I won't even nod. I'll just pull back, go back to the group.
Appreciating stare.
The three of them depart, heading back. Um, Milan and Sitka were just gonna hang out with you guys and just be happy. And some butterflies will come flying through to get nectar from the flowers. There's birds in the trees chirping. The day will pass. The night will come and set. Uh, as night begins to progress, you will have visitors as numerous lizard folk come out, climb up in the trees, hold on to the little ropes that are affixed there, and just kind of have a social gathering under the night sky.
Hey, hey, Al, and Sedge.
Yeah?
You guys want to tell them some stories?
Oh, I'd love to.
Oh, ho, ho.
It's a showtime.
I'll start tuning the lute.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Very cool. All right, you guys depict what happens. They're gonna be into it for sure.
What tale do we want to share?
Oh, I almost jumped straight to Green Hill, but we met some friends in a small town before that. I say we start back there.
Yeah, hey, that's true because they would have met some here, maybe.
We
Still
should
in the
also tell them of the lizards on the side of that mountain near Carver. They
oh yeah, our
they
coconut friends.
they have nightly feasts with a huge ladle.
Hmm.
I think
Run the magic pants.
between the three of us, we could share most of our tales. I think we'd have time for it with our usual fireworks,
Yeah.
illusions, and
Yeah.
just the general what we've become accustomed to doing.
Very
And
well.
of course, everybody gets hats.
Mhm. As you create hats, do you anything particular on the hats that you make, or?
Is there a? Do they have a symbol of stars?
So as you're kind of
The Dreamcatcher.
as you're kind of
Yeah,
messing
like
with the
the green
Dreamcatcher,
picture.
you notice that there's almost like it's not an even star, but there are gaps that kind of make like a star within the Dreamcatcher. So you could do your best to kind of emulate that.
Yeah, so I tried to copy that on one. I mean, it's still got to have menagerie, of
XOXO,
course.
yeah.
But then, yeah, on the other side of the hat, that would be incorporated their symbol
Yeah.
that they have.
So as you seaming the hats, upon not multiple dozens of uh, lizard folk and yourselves, there's celebrations, there's story times, they bring food, and it's a jovial celebration that doesn't ever get too loud, um, even amongst you guys, as there is that understanding that this is a secret place, a place not to that could be attention could be drawn towards. Uh, and eventually, sleep will come. Sleep will take all of you. You wake up the next day to the sounds of birds chirping, the last of uh, little cracks of crackling from some embers and a little fire that was made. And it's a whole new day and possibly a whole new adventure. And I guess, for the sake of since we don't know what we're going to be doing for the next few weeks, we'll stop here.
I'm gonna re-roll to see if I get this hit die back.
Oh yeah. Let's go ahead and do a long rest
Roll
so
my
we don't
thingy.
forget. Okay, you got one hit die back.
Yay!
You got another one. Not back, so you only got one back so far.
The long button.
So do a long rest button, then Carlos just delete one of your hit die or however you are tracking it. I don't know how you're doing it. For the sake of this, real quick, I guess we can. I don't know if we want to jot down portents and stuff, or just do that the next time we pick up. Unless if you want to like make a note because we need to discuss amongst ourselves, which I guess I can stop the recording here.
Yep.
So hey, thank you everybody for hanging out. Thank you for my players for being amazing. Um, that's session 143 of the Crass Menagerie story for Materia D&D, and I am going to do my best to get a good exiting transition. So I go to, but anyways, thank you everybody. You guys rock. And what do? I go to Menagerie. Thanks for watching. Yeah. Transition.
Ooh.
Mute.